Hey everyone, Hassan here, and just doing another little video for you today, another vlog. If in case you're wondering, I am wearing the same clothes as the last vlog because I'm actually recording a couple vlogs on the same day, and then I'll kind of spread it apart. May do a third one, I don't know. But yeah, just tried to. Sometimes I need to step away a little bit, from other stuff, and so I just came downstairs to the basement, thought I'd record something. I have a bunch of ideas for vlogs that I've been saving, so this is one of them. And this one is going to be a bit more serious, kind of a little deep discussion, I guess. So if you're looking for something funny, it's not this one. Yeah, this one is kind of an interesting topic. I thought it'd be cool to talk about, like, greatest strengths and greatest weaknesses kind of thing. So I'm going to share mine. And, it's kind of gets deep down and everything, and it's, so I don't know, maybe it'll be interesting to some people. But I'd like to hear yours as well, if you guys want to post them in the comments or anything. It could be interesting to hear people's greatest strengths and weaknesses. In terms of a greatest strength for me, I just have so many. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. No, the greatest strength I would have to say for me is I think, I try to be really, like, understanding of other people. In that, like, if I talk to somebody, I don't just look for the words, that they're saying coming out of their mouth. I look at the way they speak, just kind of I try and think about, to me, I'm trying to get, like, their emotions behind things, or I'm trying to read, like, where they're coming from about stuff, like, I try and really understand what people are saying. Like, at work, for example, somebody comes to me and they have a request for something, like, I try and understand where they're coming from and really try and figure out the best solution. Sometimes we can't do what they want, but then we'll try and figure something else out, or I just want to help people. But I try to be really understanding. Like, I try to be able to feed off of people's emotions, I guess, and I think that has helped me get along with people. Like, I really don't how do I phrase this? It's hard for people to, like, really annoy me. Like, it takes a lot to do that, There have been a couple people, here and there throughout life that sometimes will annoy me about stuff. There's some people that almost always annoy me. I do have one person who, he knows who he is, he was an old roommate of mine, not the most recent roommate. Actually, my most recent roommate's like my best friend, but before that I used to live with a couple people, and one of them used to get on my nerves quite a bit. I mean, we were still friends and stuff, but there were times where I couldn't talk to him. Like, there's, a period of a couple weeks or months I just said, I gotta step away. But for the most part, I pretty much get along with everybody. And I want to get along with everybody. I know that's not always possible, but I want to at least do my part. You know what I mean? Other people may not be as willing to do that, but I want to at least try and be open to everybody. If I have any issues with anybody, then I don't mind talking about stuff. Like, I have another friendship or whatever it was that also, not really, I feel like we're now acquaintances rather than friends. And I would love to sit down and talk about stuff and figure out what's up, what the deal is, where they're coming from. Because I've kind of made it clear where I'm coming from, that I had valued that friendship, but they don't seem to value that, so it's kind of like, what's up, So I'm always trying to get along with people and stuff, yeah, so I guess I don't know how to word it exactly, but I would say my greatest strength is I try and be really understanding and getting along with people, and part of that is just being really positive about stuff, not taking everything too seriously, and just doing my own thing, and knowing that I am me, and you take in what other people say, and whether you can use that to make a positive impact, great, and if not, then, whatever. So that's kind of my greatest strength, I think, that I try and get along with people and use that. I think that has also helped sometimes in different conflicts or different things. I can sometimes help with people and give them advice about stuff. It kind of helps in that regard too. So yeah, so I guess that's kind of one of my strengths. In terms of greatest weakness, I would say that's kind of changed. So I'll talk about first what my greatest weakness used to be and how I've kind of overcome that, and now what my greatest weakness kind of has become. So what my greatest weakness had been, in previous years was, for a while, I just didn't have a lot of confidence about stuff. And not to say, I almost want to say I didn't have like high self-esteem, but I don't mean like I hated myself or anything like that. I just didn't have confidence in a way. I think it maybe started from back in middle school. After 6th grade, I moved not too far, like 10-15 minute drive from my old house now, but it was enough to change schools. And I knew some of the people at the new school. Actually, it goes even before that. In elementary school, I skipped 2nd grade. So for a while, I was a year younger than everybody, so that immediately kind of put a barrier there. I was able to kind of overcome that over time, and then after 6th grade, I moved. And so I knew some of the people because it was still within the same area, and from elementary school, they kind of went to 2 different schools, so I went from one to the other. But it still was kind of a different experience. And I remember the first week at my new school in 7th grade, I would like sit alone at lunch, and like there were times when I was just like, I felt like crying or something. I just kind of felt alone. And then there was a group of people that actually came and invited me to their table, and they started talking to me, and so I started to kind of make friends then, and things were fine. But I think from some of those times early on, I started to lose confidence sometimes. I was like, well, what are people going to think now? I got comfortable with the group of friends and the people that I was with, and then when you're put in a new environment, you're kind of like, what do I do? Oh my God, I don't know what to do, and you freak out, and you wonder what people are going to say, and but over time, I started to build myself up and try to learn from that as well. Then high school and everything, I think I really started to come out of my shell a bit, and I started to make friends, some friends that I'm still friends with and keep in touch with, and some people still in the area. One of those friends from high school, my friend Justin, just got married, so congrats to him and Melanie. So, I mean, just, still staying in touch with some people. And then I went to college and met new people, and again, I started to kind of go back into my shell because it was a whole new environment. But towards the end of it, I really started to open up more. At work, people have said kind of the same thing. I've been at work for 5 years, but I think the first few years, I was much more of a kind of quiet person, kind of shy a little bit. But in the past year or two, I've really kind of opened up more, I think. And somebody at work, one of the nurses, Solange, was like, I've seen your videos and you look like a completely different person, in your videos, which is kind of funny because actually the thing about work is you try and be professional at work, and so I'm not going to be jumping around doing all this crazy stuff. But that's kind of, who I am. I like to have fun and kind of enjoy life, I guess, make the best of it. And so I think over the years I've really gained confidence, and I've kind of, in college, it's kind of the time where you sort of learn the person that you're going to be. It's a lot of self-discovery. And so I really learned that, the type of person that I want to be is somebody who is not going to let other people's opinions affect me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to let other people judge me. In previous years, if I were to tell somebody I'm a fan of Power Rangers, I kind of would have been maybe afraid to, because I would have been like, well, what are they going to say? This guy's, an adult and he's watching Power Rangers, whatever. But now, look, I don't care. You don't like it, tough luck. I mean, there is an adult following, for anybody that wants to ask me why I like the show, I will be happy to explain that. There are plenty of adult fans who have even organized a whole big convention and everything. And anyways, that's getting off topic, but I don't have a problem saying that now, and I don't have a problem doing these kinds of videos is something totally new that I would never have thought about doing these videos. And it still kind of blows my mind that people watch. I've had one of my old elementary school teachers, one of my cousins, some people at work, every now and then you get people like, oh yeah, I saw these videos, and I'm just like, what, really? Like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. And it's just interesting that people are, once you get older and you learn to like ignore the haters and stuff, you start to realize there are other people out there that they're not going to think you're weird or anything, and if they do, then they're not worth your time. So now that I've kind of done these videos and I start to be myself, people at work and everything, they're all friendly, and it's always great seeing everyone at work and at school, wherever, so I'm starting to get along with people there, and it kind of works both ways. And so for the longest time, I just didn't have that confidence, but I think now I do. And part of it also with school, I just, for a while, because I've changed majors, changed schools, it's been taking much longer, and it's just, for a while, I kind of lost my motivation. I was like, more school, blah, blah, blah. But finally now, I have a set goal in mind, and hopefully 2 more years to go, and I have this great program that I'm going to, and I am blessed to have that opportunity, and so I'm more focused, I guess. So that was kind of my previous weakness, I guess my confidence in a way. But I think I've really tried to overcome that. And, you ask anybody, any of my friends or anything, or even people at work, there's a couple of people that I've seen outside of work. A couple of people, there's one person I've hung out with, another person, I help them out with stuff. And it's just, they'll tell you, that I have no problem being myself now and just kind of opening up and having fun. And so I think I've kind of overcome that weakness. And then in terms of what my new weakness is, I guess, it's just patience. I'm just not very patient anymore. Part of it, like with school and stuff, is just like, it's been so long, I just want to get it done. I know what I want to do now. I have that in my head, so let's get this done, let's do this. But I just have to be patient and focus. And sometimes dealing with people requires a lot of patience. Even today, just every day, there's always situations that arise, and I need to learn to be better about that, I think. I'm happy with the way things are now in life, but I'm just, a lot of times people will ask me, and I'm just like, I just want to get this thing done, I just want to do this, I'm just, I'm starting to become kind of impatient, I guess. So I just have to learn to let things work themselves out sometimes, and which is hard to do, but that's kind of my next thing. Now that I've got the confidence that I need, I'm kind of going for it, I'm doing this, but sometimes I need to push the brakes a little and like slow down and kind of wait for stuff to happen. I got to be patient. So yeah, that's kind of it. So hopefully you guys thought that was kind of interesting, maybe, and post your greatest strength and weakness in the comments below as well. Interested to see what other people have to say. And that's about it. So thank you guys for watching. Again, I really appreciate it. And just doing these videos and seeing your responses has also helped me appreciate what I do. Like I try and do my thing. I try and post videos of stuff or whatever I like to do. And to see other people, their feedback towards that just encourages me to do more. And it's just been awesome. So thank you all so much. And that's about it. Have a great day. See you guys later.